The Mark 38 25mm machine gun system (MGS) is a shipboard weapon system designed to protect warships primarily from a variety of surface threats, especially small, fast surface craft. 1. It consists of an M242 Bushmaster chain gun mounted on a turret that can be either manually or remote controlled, depending on variant. 2. 3. Originally designed by the United States in the 1980s for use on their warships. 3. The Mark 38 is today in service on warships of various NATO countries. 4.
The Mark 38 25mm MGS provides ships with short-range capability against high-speed maneuvering surface targets, HSMSTs, 5, floating mines, and enemy swimmers. Ships close to land can use the system against enemy personnel and lightly armored vehicles. 2. It is a low-cost weapon that can operate in any weather condition, day or night. The MK38 MGS can be permanently or temporarily installed on warships for their deployment requirements. 3. The initial variants of the Mark 38, Mods 0 and 1, were unstabilized and required one crew member to manually operate. The latest Mods 2 and 3 feature stabilization and remote controllability. 6. All variants of the MK38 require two crew members for conducting maintenance, e.g., replacing the Bushmaster in the event it malfunctions, which takes 5 minutes. 2. The primary component of the MK38 is the 25mm M242 Bushmaster. It is an externally powered, chain-driven gun. The Bushmaster uses an electric motor to drive the moving parts for ammunition feeding, loading, firing, extraction, and cartridge ejection. 2. The mass of the M242 on the Mark 38 MGS is 109 kg, 240 pounds. 3. The MK38's Bushmaster can fire all U.S. Navy-approved 25mm ammunition, 4, including. It has a single-shot semi-automatic mode, for single shots. A burst mode, for a few shots at a time. A low-rate fully automatic, LRFA, mode, for a rate of fire, ROF, of about 100 rounds per minute, RPM. And a high-rate fully automatic, HRFA, mode, for a maximum ROF of about 200 RPM.
The MK38 MGS can realistically sustain about 180 RPM while on HRFA. 1. The weapon's muzzle velocity is 1,345 meters per second, 4,410 feet per second, for armor-piercing ammunition, or 1,100 meters per second, 3,610 feet per second, for high-explosive ammunition. The M242's maximum firing range is 6,800 meters, 22,300, with an effective firing range of about 3,000 meters, 9,800 feet. However, the MK38 has an estimated effective firing range of about 2,500 meters, 8,200 feet, due to its nature on moving and pitching, rolling ships. 3.
Different machine gun mountings are used, depending on the variant of the Mark 38. All MGMs share the same traverse of plus or minus 15 to plus or minus 165 degrees and enable the M242 Bushmaster to elevate from minus 15 to plus 55 degrees. 7. The inability to elevate higher than 55 degrees limits the Mark 38 MGS in the anti-aircraft role. 8.
Mark 38 Mods 0 and 1 use the Mark 88 machine gun mounting. It was manually trained, requiring a crew member to physically operate, and lacked stabilization, both of which reduced targeting effectiveness. 3.
A few Mark 38 machine gun systems use the Mark 96 Mod 0 machine gun mounting. This MGM features both an M242 Bushmaster and a 40mm Mark 19 grenade launcher. It also has stabilization. It automatically moves to compensate for pitch and roll of the ship. However, like on MK38 Mods 0 and 1, this mounting required someone to physically operate. 3. As a result, the Navy developed an improved version MGM for use on the next variant of the MK38 MGS. The MK38 Mod 2 mounting, also known as the Typhoon Weapon System, 9, features remote control capability, meaning that the operator can safely control the system from within the ship's Combat Information Center. 2 different ammunition types can be loaded into the system, and the operator can select which one to use from their console. Other changes include a new electro-optical, infrared, EO, IR, sight, laser rangefinder, improved man-machine interfaces, and auto-tracking capability. Tests demonstrated that the Mod 2 mounting has a 3 times greater probability of hit versus previous variants. 4. 3. The latest MK38 Mod 3 mounting has further upgraded interfaces and control consoles.
The EO/IR sensor and laser rangefinder, integrated with the system's fire control system, provide a 330-degree view, even in extremely low light conditions. The surveillance system can move independently of the turret itself, intended to minimize attention drawn from targets. In addition to the 25mm M242 Bushmaster, the Mod 3 can optionally mount a coaxial 7.62mm Bushmaster Mark 52 chain gun, which has a ROF of 500 to 600 RPM. In 1977, the U.S. Chief of Naval Operations (CNO) decided that the Oerlikon 20mm Mk16 guns would need to be replaced. They had high maintenance demands and did not use standard NATO ammunition. They had become obsolete. 3. In the 1970s, Hughes helicopters had developed the new 25mm M242 Bushmaster chain gun for the Army, which the Navy chose to adopt for their new weapon, the Mark 38 25mm machine gun system. 8.
The Crane Division of the Naval Surface Warfare Center was responsible for designing and manufacturing the Mark 88 mounting. In 1986, the Mark 38 MGS Mod 0 was introduced. 12. The Navy did not evaluate the weapon for operational use until the summer of 1987, and the Mark 38 Mod 1 went into service in 1988. With the imminent Persian Gulf War, production of the Mod